the Arizal writes that if first man, woman, they all go together, if he wouldn't have sinned by eating the fruit, etc., there would be no such thing as non-Jews. Everybody would have been Jewish. That's what he writes. But he ate something he didn't have to eat, etc. He couldn't hold himself not even 3 hours. That's the truth. But whatever, that's a different story. He ate, and that generated in the world the existence of Jews and non-Jews. Of course, it's obvious, but I'll mention it anyway. This separation came afterwards, like not immediately, because Jews, as we know them, they come actually in the moment of the giving of the Torah. That's where the Jews really start existing. Before that moment, for you to have an idea, that moment, if you count the years from 0 to right now in 5,785. So if you count the years from 0 to the moment of the giving of the Torah, that was the year 2448. So that means that God created the world. Everybody would have been Jewish, whatever that means, but the man sinned. So that generated the existence of non-Jews. That means, in very simple facts, I'm just saying the facts, everybody was non-Jew until the year 2000, etc., as I explained before, 2448. Up from that moment on, there was a clear separation. Jews receive the Torah, Jews do whatever they do, and non-Jews did not receive the Torah, and they do whatever they do. And Jews have a message for non-Jews also. But that's just the facts, how story goes, according to what the Arizal writes. What does it mean that there wouldn't have been non-Jews? I don't know. The Arizal doesn't write this. He just, very brief, really very brief. So, I don't know. A different point, another idea into this whole discussion. The Torah says clearly, the Midrashim bring clearly that Machshavtan shel Yisrael kadma lechol davar. In Midrashim, it brings over there that the thought, God, when he thought creating the world, the thought of the souls of the Jewish people was the first thing he thought. And then he thought the rest of the world. Now, if you put together these two teachings, the thought of all human beings, all humankind, in the mind of God, whatever that means, is the first thing that appeared in his mind. Because everybody was going to be a Jew. Again, I'm putting together two things. Afterwards, okay, the man sinned, and something happened over there. I don't know what the process is. I don't know what the structure of the process is. I have no idea. And non-Jews came up. Because those souls that God thought originally for all humankind, that everybody's going to be a Jew, somehow they just remained for a group of people. And those souls only really came down and invested in bodies in the giving of the Torah. And why to these people? Okay, because Hashem loved Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. Okay, that's what their sages say. Because they're great merit, so they, so to speak, acquired through their merits that God is going to invest these souls that he has over there stored in these bodies of this family of Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. And not the family of Ishmael, not the family of Esav. Okay, that's what the story goes, so to speak. So I don't have an exact answer to the question. Did God create only Jews? Okay, according to these sources, it's not so simple. You can't say yes or no. It's not so simple. It's a little bit more complicated. But the truth is that at least this is the way I understand things, and this is the way I live and understand the Torah. We have to look at things in the now, like as if it was mindfulness, live the now. Understand where you are right now. Okay, what are we right now? The truth is, there are Jews and non-Jews. Did God create the world like this? Like in history, you can't say, and what if the man wouldn't have eaten? What if Napoleon wouldn't have existed? I don't know. What if French Revolution? I don't know. It happened. Forget it. You can ask yourself, where am I right now, according to all the things that already happened? But I can't ask, and where would I be right now if, French Revolution wouldn't have existed? I have no idea. And there's no way to know that. No way, because it happened already. And so many variables, so many different factors, it's impossible to know. So we have to look at the now, so to speak. Right now, there are Jews and non-Jews. And there's a message for Jews, of the Torah, for Jews and for non-Jews. And there's such a thing as conversion. Of course, and Ruth is a clear example of conversion, and our sages learn from her. That doesn't mean that every single non-Jew has to convert. That doesn't mean that nobody can convert. No. You want to convert, that's fine. Talk to a rabbi. That's the first thing you have to do. Call a rabbi. Rabbi, I want to be a Jew. Okay, and then you will move on, whatever the rabbi says, and then you'll move on, and you'll see where you reach. But we don't know. There's no way of telling the future, so to speak.